Now, what is the door opener of all door openers in your life? It's actually your ability to communicate. And communication is a key concept in Scientology. It's sort of like, it is something where there is so much focus on that it's almost like, it's just super key, right? Because you can't say to someone, like me, and it happens. No, you can't say, agree with me. No, that doesn't work either. What do you do then? You communicate, and then you can achieve that people think, oh, he's alright, and he speaks, he talks about stuff, and it's about life, that kind of thing. So communication is the key. If you don't communicate and you don't have the willingness to communicate, then but what is it then, communication? Well, let's just be very, very basic. There is a point where there is something, an idea. Let's say you are here and you got someone over here and you want what you got here to go over there, right? So we could call this course. This is where it starts. And you could call this where it is received effect. Of course, if it is sent from here to there, then something is happening over there, right? So this becomes the effect point, and this is the course point. And there is a distance between, right? So, what is it we want from here to there? We want the same thing. Because now and again you say, cat, and he hears hat. Well, it's not the same. So we want what's called duplication. We want, no, not hat, cat. Ah, cat. Got it. Okay, we got duplication, right? It's the same thing. Okay, but communication, well, what could be wrong? Why didn't this cat go and became hat? Maybe I said hat. What did you say? Cat. What was that? Hat. I can't hear what you're saying. Cat! Cat, for fuck's sake! Oh, okay. So what went wrong here? Well, communication is a little bit like pointing a gun. You have to have that it has to go that line, right? I have to speak to you. If I go, hey you there, and then I'm not really pointing the gun, and that direction we could call intention. We could say that it needs to go that way. It needs to go over there to you, at the other end of the internet. But it's still my intention that it's going there. I'm not going, okay, so I'm going to talk to my pants, I'm sort of like, no, I'm talking to you. Okay? Yeah, so. Alright, so intention is important. But have you talked to someone who absolutely don't want to hear? I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear. So he doesn't have the intention to listen, right? He's sort of like bound to the opposite. Okay, so there needs to be an intention to send, and there needs to be sort of like a willingness to receive, which we could call sort of like intention to receive. And that requires that you have your attention on each other. Yeah? I can't be thinking about, oh, the phone is going to ring in 5 minutes and I need to prepare for my speech tonight. Oh, I need to go out and buy groceries. Can't do that. Some can, but if you really want to have a sort of like a good communication, you have to have your attention in this space, in this time, for this person, okay? So you got my attention, and it's both ways, okay? Then we'll be able to get a great communication. But there's a lot of you could see there's actually, if you break it down, sometimes it's important to break something down and see what are the ingredients, because you can actually see where your communication falters. Yeah, because it's sort of like, if you are elsewhere, not really here, I'm sort of like thinking about some more stuff, and you're trying to speak to me, and I'm sort of like, okay, so first requirement is you have to be here, your attention has to be here. And then you have to sort of like, okay, let's talk. You say something, I say something, we are on the same page here. We are both have sort of like the intention towards giving and receiving. Yeah, we've got something going. Yeah, okay. And for instance, if you right now are saying, well, I am some sort of faith, and he's talking about this Scientology, and I don't want to listen. And let's say that I don't want to listen. It's not going to be much communication, right? So I always done this thing that I'm intensely interested in other people's perspective on life, and so I know a lot of different religions and faith and techniques, shamanism, magic even. Ooh, I could make, but I won't. But no, that's another lecture. No. Anyway, sorry. Communication is important, and you'll find that you are, Hubbard says, basically you are as alive as you can communicate. I mean, a stone, pretty dead, right? But you can also have humans which don't communicate, and to that extent they're pretty much dead, right? So communication is your primary skill in life. You need to be able to communicate to the people around you. If there's no one you communicate, you need to start communicating to people around you. And your whole life depends on this single ability, your ability to communicate. Okay? So that's just how important it is. There isn't anything above it. It's just your superpower. Okay? So you need to get on top of that superpower, right? Because it's gonna make you or break you if you don't communicate. I mean, that is it. So pay attention to the different parts of communication, and work with it, and grow good habits around it. All right? Take care.